Hello, hello, hello. Getting set up right now. And we'll be going live in about 30 minutes. So you can jump in, ask some questions if you'd like, do whatever you'd like, and Joe will be calling me in a little bit. But for now, I'm just setting up. But I figured I'd, start her up and get it going. Right now, I gotta find a comical picture of Joe Shea to put here. Hopefully the chat actually works for me, because right now the chat is not connecting, which is not good. Alright, so I should still be able to see the chat, which I can. Okay. Beautiful. No, the chat is disconnecting. Awesome. That's fine. That is fine. Let's see, what's the most embarrassing picture of Joe Shea I can put on here? Oh, this isn't even close. This is not particularly close. Man, this was easy. This is going to be a treat. This is going to be a treat. can't I connect to chat? Why can't I connect to chat yet? I don't know. I don't know. Alright, so I don't actually have anyone in yet. What do we have here? What do we have here? So, let's sit back and wait. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-da-da-da-da-da-do-do. Yo,
What up?
what's up?
Great picture, I gotta say.
I'm like, I gotta find the most embarrassing picture of Joe, and I'm like, oh, that was easy.
Not even close.
Not even remotely close. It was pretty, pretty straightforward.
So, going through, I got some topics to touch upon and so forth. Anything offhand that you remember that was worth mentioning?
Um, let's see. Get a piece of paper or something, maybe. I read on this Fresh Prince of Bel-Air DVD. Let's see. There wasn't really too much exciting that happened on the trip up. Like nothing like crazy because we actually drove with like sane people.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I mean, in general, I had like, just talking and hanging out. It's really fun, like the day before, because like everyone's just all pumped and energized and just giggling and shit. And
Oh boy, that was
problems how poor the GP was run, charging extra to Americans, starting late,
yeah.
how late it went, $5 drafting. Um, Do the Joe Shea top 8, the trolling of the people, the Dragon Lady.
Wait, what?
Um,
That's the Joe Shea top 8?
no, we had to do the Joe Shea top 8.
What is the Joe Shea top 8?
The draft pod.
Did you watch it?
No, you have to do the Rich Hagen impression of
Oh, Oh,
because
okay,
that's
yeah.
priceless.
Joe
That
Shea in
is
the top
hilarious.
8. Yeah.
Shea in the top 8, yeah. Trolling the pros, Dragon Lady.
Will you swine this
Positive
for me?
reception we got of the hat and the mustache. People who did well but didn't day two. Jivitin. Shout outs to people who did do well. Vinny losing his fucking wallet.
Scum.
Um, yeah, anything else in general?
Um, let's see. I can talk about how I just casually lost $500 worth of cards.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Losing binder.
All right, I'm gonna end the call and then start up again just to make sure it's recorded.
Dan Stella goes, I'm incredibly impressed that Joe Shea can speak without moving his mouth.
Ventriloquist.
He's a ventriloquist with a moose hat. That was a good one, Dan Stella. We can talk about. Actually, I don't know if Joe should be doing this right now. I'm gonna deny his call. Yo, what up?
Yeah, recorded fine. So
All right, we can talk about Dan Stella's brother being the feature artist.
Yes.
For some reason, I don't know if this was the same for you or for anyone else, but it didn't feel like a regular GP. I did not feel like I was at a Grand Prix the whole time.
Do you want to know why? I think so. I think I kind of feel that way too. Like, it felt a lot like hanging out because we had a lot of Buffalo people there.
Yeah, but I mean,
For me,
we've had similar numbers of Buffalo people at other events.
Yeah, but I've never really like hung out and talked to people and just kind of like did all that, like I had done at this event.
Mm. I don't know if it was like the tournament hall seemed smaller, even though I know it wasn't because there were 1,600 people there. But
It
like
was.
usually the GPs just seem like they're so huge, and that one just maybe it was just like the layout of the room, like it was like more
Yeah, it
like
was really kind
vertical
of
than
thinnish.
yeah.
Like it was thin and long. Like that was, you know.
Yeah. Mm. Let's see. So right now we have me, you, and Dan Stella in here, as far as I can see.
We're up one more than I thought we were gonna have. Truth be told.
We can talk about we can talk about why Prince made the album Purple Rain.
Why is it?
Just think about it in the context of.
Oh God.
Probably shouldn't talk about that.
Nope, completely forgot about it.
Oh,
Jesus.
we can talk about not writing green lands and red lands on your
Oh
deck
yeah.
card sheet.
Yeah.
We can talk about how Wadabowitz had the called shot 9-0 and then proceeded to scrub out.
He had the what?
He said that his pool is a 9-0 pool and then scrubbed out.
I'll mention that when I was trolling LSV.
Can you swine this for me?
Yep.
Uh,
Trading things.
let's see. Did anything happen at Border Patrol? I don't think so.
No.
Nothing really happened when we went to eat. Nothing really happened at the hotel. Pretty uneventful. I mean, it was a good weekend, but it was pretty uneventful in terms of
Yeah.
like crazy things. There's not really a like defining moment to call the trip. Like there usually is something where you're like, okay, chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk. Oh my god. I am fucking trying to grind shitties online for fucking trades. I found someone online. I shit you not. He is trading me like just like random good shit. I mean like if the trade involves like I'm getting like a hallowed fountain, a foil steam vents, like a Thran dynamo, right?
Uh,
Guys getting some random foil shit like that. 3 foil Archon of the Triumvirates and 27 regulars. He wants all my Archon of the Triumvirates. Literally gonna be a bulk rare forever. I'm getting rid of them at 33 cents a piece. Literally, this is how you go. It's like that's like the value of bulking out. You found a fucking cycle.
that wants 30 Archon of the Triumphant.
I mean, like maybe he's like the brother or close friend of the artist and just wants to sign him and get him signed. I don't know. I mean, like Stella. I mean, I don't know if Stan Stella's just trying to corner the market on the Colossus. I mean,
No, Joe Mario's trying to corner the market on the Colossus. Joe Mario has for the last like 5 months been just like nerding out over Zach Stella. Like he's like, oh, I love Zach Stella, his favorite artist. I want Trinity
he's had like
Nemesis.
3 cards.
Well, like that fact aside, Zach Stella is at Dark Forest on Wednesday for the draft.
Oh God.
Joe Mario doesn't show up. Goes to the Sabres game instead. Scrub. So, anti-shout out to Joe Mario. Multiple anti-shout outs to Joe Steed. Anti-shout out to Wadabowitz. Let's see, who else? Anti-shout out to West Canada Events for putting on by far the worst GP.
Who put it on?
West Canada Events or West Can Events.
Oh, I thought it was face to face.
No, it was not face to face.
I was kind of shocked. I was like, there's no way face to face would screw something like this
No,
up.
it wasn't face to face. It was West Can Events. We are up to 4 viewers. We've got my friend
5.
Ben. 5. Oh man,
5.
Who's the fifth?
I'm counting you and me.
Yeah, I was counting you and me too.
Damn.
Who's the fifth person?
Who's Gigapone?
Gigapone is my friend Ben.
Ben who?
Ben Gargula.
Okay.
And who's the fifth person?
I don't know. It might just be like a random non-Twitch account person.
Oh, it might be someone like watching on their phone or at home. Maybe it might be my dad. That'd be funny if he's watching. Well, did I ever tell you the story about how he listened to one of the podcasts?
Nope.
He goes.
Wait. Save this for the actual cast. I'm back up.
I feel like I told the story already, but maybe I didn't. It's a short one, so I'll save it.
Because I got a great way to segue into it too.
All right.
Great way to segue into it. You're gonna crack up when you hear it too. Like bring in the A game.
Martell swines a token.
Martell.
Oh, we can talk about Kai losing the win and in for top 8, like terrible beats.
Oh, I was we had lunch today at Wegmans, and he gets what is the fuck is it? It's broccoli chicken. He gets a pound of broccoli chicken from the Walkery.
Oh, okay,
and,
sure.
So he gets it today, and he just tips it. He kind of puts it on a slant and starts scooping all the liquid or whatever it is. Kind of like the whatever soy sauce, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I just from the one. It's like, hey, looks like you're getting flooded again.
That's
the
awesome.
Story of my life.
That's awesome. Oh, we got Van Ice in here. Commodore 01 is Van Ice.
Nice.
That's pretty Van Ice of you to come by and watch.
So I totally teased the hell out of Grosowski, telling him I got these sweet altars for him, and just traded him away on Sunday.
All those dual lands are his?
What?
The dual lands?
No, like I picked those those altar dual lands up on Saturday, and I was like, I sent a text and I was like, hey man, I got these sweet altars for you, and this and that. Then like that random guy just like comes out like I'm in the middle of a
Oh,
trade.
yeah.
He like just stops in his tracks. He's like, I want those, and I'm like, okay, let's make it work, and he like, double valued them, and I was like, yep, we'll make it work.
Never mind, Mitch.
Yeah, I'm just like going through my collection and shit. I was like, I cleaned up there. Like, it's insane. Like, just this. I mean, you're doing well when people are like, yes, it's worth 200. I'll actively give you 250 for it. That happened like 3 times. I was like, I can do this. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's like, I'll give you $6 for this pile. You give me 5 for it? Yes. Sure. 5 cash? Yeah. Yes. Some people just don't understand math. Speaking of which, E can't count to 9.
He got to 20. Don't know how he gets there.
He can count
Goes
down from
goes
20.
8 to 10.
He counts down from 20. Can't count to 9.
It's counting upwards is the problem.
Yeah. Counting up to 9 is not good.
Counting down to 20 is okay. Up to 9. No, not gonna happen.
It's okay. At some point, he'll be trying to count up to 18. He can stop paying alimony checks. Hey, Ben, what's up? Hey, you guys in the chat, if you could do us a big favor and reshare the post I put in the group or on my personal account. Try to get some people, if you know anyone that's interested, or even people who aren't interested. We've been told that we are like the League of Magic. We're loosely based on Magic, but we rarely ever talk about it anymore. But we can talk about that too. We can talk about
that
what's
was
his
my
name.
segue.
Okay, talk about what's
But
his
yeah,
name.
if we get up to say 50 people watching this stream, we'll give out a prize.
Ooh.
Like an actual prize.
Do you have a prize to give out?
I haven't thought that far ahead. We'll do like a magic card, like an actual magic card.
All right.
We get 50 people watching. We will give away. God, I don't know.
Foil Riot Devils.
Foil Riot Devils. No, it's got to be the 2-3. The 2-3 Minotaur, the Black Minotaur, 2-3 Black Minotaur, signed by both of us.
Oh, fine. I'll get rid of. Fine, foil. I have a foil one. It'll be, if we can get to 50 people, we will give away a foil signed Fellhide Minotaur, signed by the Dunklers.
And I'll sweeten up. I'll give away a Fleeceman Lion.
And a Fleeceman Lion.
It was one of those things I got from like the $5 drafts, but I know I can up to 50, so hey, if we do, I'll gladly give away a foil Fleeceman. I mean, a regular Fleeceman.
How about if we get up to 20, we'll give away the foil Fellhide. If we get up to 50, we'll give away the Fleeceman.
There you go.
And if we get up to 100, I'll take a shot of Tabasco sauce.
Gotta get up to 100 now.
Yeah, so if you guys in the chat could share the status, share the love. It's coming up on 9 o'clock. We'll give it a couple more minutes and we'll probably get into it.
Yeah, we are the bad conscience. We are coming to you live from Eric Szynski's shoulders. Do that, because that was funny. I was cracking up.
Coming to you live from Eric C's shoulders. From Big E's shoulders. Big Easy. It's very hard to work out and not laugh at the same time.
Don't worry, we're not here to make you laugh. Make you feel sorry about our lives.
Yeah. The problem is that a bunch of people are downstairs right now. The Alex Bianchis of the world are downstairs. And Nick Cummings. Man, I've dropped 21,000 frames. That is a lot of frames to drop.
You're dropping frames like Cummings drops beats.
Yeah.
Or Kai takes the bad beats.
Yeah. I wonder if this is going to be better. I have not done the...
Can't we get Bolden like just tweet this out to like 1 billion people and?
Oh, we should. I should tweet Bill Bolden. He liked the Slam Dunklers recently.
I mean, yeah, he did. We got a bunch of likes. Now all we gotta do is gotta make sure. So if we get 100, man, and you gotta drink that hot sauce. That's gonna be some funny stuff.
Oh man, and Bill Bolden just shared something.
Clearly nothing related to us.
No, I'm gonna hit him up on Twitter and see if he can hook a brother up.
So how you doing, Van Ice? Picked up some goodies at the Grand Prix. Got a beta Mox Ruby. I got a moderate to heavy played Library of Alexandria. I got 2 foil Bloodstained Myers. I got some, just like lots of value stuff like that. There's some bigger tier stuff. I was looking for Basalt Monoliths. Did not see a single one in binder. Levin's webcamming like he's staring at a 13-year-old girl. Call it the steep.
The steep. I don't know if I don't like the straight on webcam. Like almost everyone does it. I just like I don't know. It just looks weird.
You get to see an old Chiquita banana box in your unmade bed.
Dude, I have so many boxes of just junk and garbage, and my it's about as made as my bed gets. There's just literal garbage everywhere. Should do more streams from like the live, like the top down view, like this. I should just look up like this at the whole stream, the whole time. Yeah, I get to frame the shot with this Chiquita banana box in the back. Now I've got way too much headroom. Perfect. I don't know. I don't like this camera angle, but I don't care. Maybe Bill Bolden will. Maybe Bill Bolden will even join in. I doubt it, but you know, I told him to come hang out.
Is he drafting downstairs or no? It's today's Tuesday.
No, today's Modern. Although he might be playing Modern, though I doubt it because he just posted something on Facebook. Yeah, Dan, the mustache is gone. The mustache is gone. All right, let's give it 5 more minutes and then let's kick it off. Yeah, I really hate this camera angle. It sucks so bad. I like this one so much better.
Wish you could game core to share it too.
Ooh, yeah, hit up Jim Reed. Considering we pimp them out so much. wish I had a scarf right now.
Why, so you could look like Kibler? Or just less like Tom Martell?
No, that one Pro Tour he wore the scarf. That was the Pro Tour where he was just sweating like a holiday ham. Glazed, glistening like a holiday ham. Oh man, maybe we can get Kathy in here.
Who?
Kathy?
Boatman?
No, the other Kathy we know. That's the joke. We don't know another Kathy. At least I don't.
I'm trying to look for the Martell sweating.
Tom Martell scarf, Pro Tour Dark Ascension? No.
Yeah,
Was
Gate
it?
Crash.
Gate Crash, yeah, Pro Tour Gate Crash.
No.
Nothing?
I found him at a different
A different, similarly sweaty picture?
not as sweaty, like they must have dried him off in between games. Get some beatbox going on.
Noticeably, FAT, break it down. I gotta find my clip now.
Oh my god.
What?
It was Gate Crash.
Found it?
Look, he's wearing a scarf too. My god. It's either a scarf or a sweat towel.
It was Kibler's scarf. He took it.
Jesus. Noticeably FAT.
Yeah, there we go. Maybe.
Suppression. Noticeably FAT. Drop us a beat.
You got it?
Yeah.
Name, Cosmic F.
It's what in the future I'm a beatbox.
Yeah.
Special moves,
Breakdance.
Robot. The Zero G. Name, Cosmic Y. Style, Deep Space. Deep Space. Special moves, the Space Bar. Hey, the Robot. The Robot? That's similar to mine. The Zero G. What are you doing? You talk.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
What? Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I thought it was frozen out. All right. Do we want to get started? We got some people in here.
Yeah, let's do it up.
All right. So what are you doing? Do you want live from Eric C., live from Eric Szynski, or live from Big E?
Eric Szynski.
Eric Szynski?
Eric Szynski's shoulders.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Go for it.
Live from Eric Szynski's shoulders, it's the Slam Dunklers.
And right now we've got good conscience, no good conscience. We got bad conscience Joe Shea and bad conscience John Bladman. You can see in my picture the horns. They're more like moose horns, but not devil horns. We are the bad conscience here for you today.
Oh, yeah.
John lacking his mustache, I lacking my top hat. We're here to talk to you guys about Grand Prix Toronto and all that good stuff. So, John, You want to like just lay out the basics about the little prerequisites of the trip, the hotel, and going up with the crew we picked, and all that stuff.
Sure. So I was fortunate enough to have won a Grand Prix trial at Dave and Adams where they were giving out a hotel. So I had the hotel all paid for. Um, and yeah, we had a free hotel. So that was good. Good way to start it off. Had a good group of guys. It was me, you, Mike Ando, and Eric Szynski.
It's Ando's first Grand Prix.
Ando's first Grand Prix. He's 1 for 1 on day 2s for Grand Prix, so that's pretty sweet.
That's
Also,
pretty solid.
Big E said that this is his 5th consecutive day 2 for Grand Prix.
I don't know if that's true or not, but honestly, considering the fact that Eric's just been on a tear lately, I wouldn't doubt it.
Would not doubt it. Yeah,
So,
that was good. And yeah, it's a good thing and a bad thing. We didn't really have any snafus, getting there or getting back or anything like outside.
Usually,
There's always something, but those things are what make the trip memorable a lot of times. So, I mean, it was a good trip for sure, but there wasn't really a landmark mistake or horrible thing that usually happens with our trips that really made this one stick out.
Only 3 minor explosions.
Yeah, but that's we're used to that.
Yeah. So for anyone who's never been to a Grand Prix, we can try to give you the general idea of what goes on and all that stuff. So from my experience in general, when you go up, you travel like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday for a Grand Prix. Friday, you just kind of like you're pumped, you're energetic, you're excited, just dying to get there. We're just cracking jokes in the car for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should be saying this, but something about Ando's car and Ando, Mike.
So
Mr. Mike has a doppelganger. We're gonna call him Mike Rando.
Mark Randolph. Mark Rando.
Yeah. So
who's apparently committed multiple murders.
Yeah. Apparently he's often confused with a felon on the list. So if the cops kick down the doors to an F&M, it's probably not going to be easy for him. Give him up quickly, and you'll be rewarded.
Yeah, you'll be rewarded. Not massively punished.
But yeah, it was fun going up. We only had 4 in the car, which was nice. It was kind of tight though. We didn't have too much space.
Mike's car is pretty small too.
On top of that, the mobile card store was in effect.
Yeah, Joe Shea brings 500 suitcases. And of course you troll us by saying, oh, why did you guys pack so much, as you throw in 3 suitcases into the back.
Yeah, I'd be prepared there, you're going to trade, you're going to do it right.
Yeah,
In case someone's asking for those Praetor scraps, you got to have about 400 on handy.
True, or Archon of the Triumvirate.
Yeah, I know, really. Because Carnival Hellsteeds won't trade themselves.
Oh, that reminds me of the new tradition that I started and then we continued this Grand Prix is to wish everyone good luck on day 1 of the Grand Prix and hopefully day 2, as well as wishing Vinny good luck at the 12 p.m. side events. Those $5 drafts won't fire themselves.
So yeah, for anyone that wasn't there, they did $5 drafting. 8-man pods would just fire when 8 people signed up.
Yep.
$5 drafts for rounds 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So effectively what that meant was anyone who was not in the main event was just going to constantly draft.
Just got a little prize.
Yeah.
And anyone who's sleeping specialed.
Yeah, the payout for the $5 draft was actually insane.
Really?
Because it was first place got 5, then it was 5. It was a 5-3-2-2 and an 8-man
Wow.
draft.
Wow.
I mean, so for $5, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, I mean that's I've never seen value like that.
Not really.
At the same time, who ran this event?
As far as I know, it was a tournament organizer called West Can Events or West Canada. I'm not sure exactly what it is.
Yeah. So we've got an airing of grievances, if you will, in this Festivus season.
A Festivus for the rest of us.
It is, yeah. So this Grand Prix was problematic.
This was
Excuse me.
the worst
I'm
run.
choking on my own hate right here.
Yeah, worst run Grand Prix I've ever been to by far, and I went to GP Vegas, which was a train wreck with 4,500 people.
So, first off, I mean, I understand that you're in Canada, and thank you for the shout out, whoever just gave us a shout out. But
Do you not see who that is?
no, I actually have something covering up most of it. It is
Alex Bianchi. Shout out to Alex
Shout out to
Bianchi.
Matt Radishek.
So strong.
Yeah, so
Bianchi, aren't you downstairs right now?
so what they did was, for any Americans who not any Americans, I mean, well, for all intents and purposes, anyone with American cash, so Americans and rich Canadians, they would actually charge them extra to play in the side events or the Grand Prix because they apparently decided to just get a little more value on them.
Yeah, which is double value. Which is doubly value.
I mean, the exchange rate's 106 American for every 1 Canadian.
Yeah.
So I mean, just double dipping like that was pretty poor taste.
Yeah.
I left me very bitter.
Yeah, for a huge tournament organizer to do that, that's just shitty.
Yeah, I mean it's, I know so many stores in the States. They they're not going to get you for the extra 6% or whatever, because just show up to a Magic event. They want to encourage people to come and not have to deal with currency exchange.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people were very unhappy about that.
I know Dark Forest usually just takes Canadian. If people only have Canadian, they'll take it.
Yeah, I mean most places in the States will take it at par. It's
because it's just stupid. It's a stupid practice and a stupid business decision to be like, oh no, if you have Canadian, can't come.
Yeah, I mean the problem is, I mean it's at smaller events or at stores or whatever. You can just say, whatever. I don't need to. I can just wait. I won't have to pay the exchange. But I mean, when people come out to a Grand Prix and they're there for the weekend and you're just sticking it to them, because I mean they're gonna play. I mean that's pretty dirty.
Yeah. And the guy was an asshole too, and it was no bueno.
It's like, oh, if you come to our country, why don't you have our currency?
Yeah, he literally said that.
I mean that's just insulting. I mean,
yeah.
I mean I'm not one to. I mean I love insulting people, but I mean that's just
not as a business though.
I mean, not as a business, no.
Yeah, and on a somewhat related note, West Can Events no longer does Grand Prix. Huh? Who would have thought? That was the last Grand Prix. Thankfully, I would never go to one of their events again anyway. So
no, I mean, if they did run an event, I would actively go out of my way and use the major power that Joe Shea's voice has, which apparently is true, to make us think about it.
Yeah.
But
they were terrible.
Yeah, so the event was supposed to start at 10 o'clock?
Yes.
Yeah, and I know Kai had the sleeping special. He showed up during round 1 at 1 o'clock. The event started literally 2 hours late. It was just a mess.
Yeah.
The playmats were I've got a little side rant because I love the playmats and this and that. So here's my question. I mean, this is something that I really can't figure out. I mean, I don't know how much it costs to make a playmat. I'm gonna guess. I mean, if you get them mass produced, if you get a couple thousand made, if you get them done at say $2 a piece or something, you give them away to the first 700. Why don't you just say, playmats? You can get that. You can get the playmat for $5 on top of your registration fee.
Yeah.
Just do that, and you make. I mean, you're not making a huge amount of profit, but at the same time, you're not going to have, people pissed off about that. Because I mean, if you limit the amount of playmats you have, all you're doing is, giving the vendors something else to make money on.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't mind that. They don't care as a tournament organizer, and they would rather have that than be left with 600 extra playmats when it's a playmat that people don't want.
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, you're gonna go out the first 700 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you get out the first 700 for free or whatever, just not giving them out for free and just charging $5 to everyone else, you make 1,500 playmats. You're effectively breaking even, if not making money.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of an idea to make it work because I'm sick of not being there immediately and getting a playmat, or maybe give out playmats to, or I mean, you could use the extra playmats and just leverage it to side events. Like, hey, if you win a side event, you get another playmat. If you,
In
I
their
mean,
defense, you could have just pre-regged like 3 months ago and guaranteed a playmat.
true. I mean that is definitely true.
That's probably the best way to do it, is if it's based on what the timestamp of when you pre-reg, not when you get to the event, which is much better in my opinion.
Yeah.
But then it just
But
punishes us procrastinators that wait till the last minute to
yeah.
register.
So I mean, I was on the fence of playing or not, whatever.
Yeah,
But for all intents and purposes, the event was run poorly.
very.
Oh no. Oh, the event site was awful. No
Yep.
water fountains anywhere.
There was 0 water fountains anywhere, and I searched the place.
Yeah. Just dreadful.
I did, however, find a great secret bathroom.
Oh, also shout outs to Judge Rick. I know he's never gonna hear this, but he hooked me up with a bottle of water. Definitely needed. I was probably gonna pass out on Saturday, but he hooked me up with a bottle, so that was huge. Much love, but yeah, I digress. Not shout outs to the judge who got the judge question wrong.
Oh, and shout outs to me for knowing the correct answer.
Shout outs to John Blevins to
The L-1.
yeah. Tell the story. I'm gonna do a little market research here for you.
Okay, so Joe and I are just walking around because this is day 2 and we didn't make it. We were just kind of walking around. I didn't really do anything on day 2 besides hang out. And we're just watching some random match. Joe points out that this guy has a better collection than him because he's got like a ton of stuff. And we're just
It's probably better than mine.
Okay, he has a comparable collection. And we're just watching his match, just hanging out or whatever. And so his opponent does something, kills, just tries to destroy a shipwreck singer during his main phase. So the guy goes, okay, in response, I'll use his give all attacking creatures -1/-1 until end of turn, and then I'll regenerate it with Boon of Erebos. And the guy's like, okay. And I'm like, I wonder if this guy realizes that it doesn't do anything. Which, from the guy with the Shipwreck Singer's point, he might as well do that because his opponent might mess up. And if he doesn't need the mana, it's fine. So, like, it's fine from that point. But then you can tell, he doesn't know what the actual interaction is because he calls a judge over to make sure that the right result happens. So a judge gets called over, and I'm like, I wonder if this judge is going to get this right because I know the answer. And a judge comes over. Apparently you know who he is, but I have no idea. He apparently has some judge podcast or something. I don't know. I don't know who he is.
Judge Cast North.
Judge Cast North?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
that's what
that
it's
is the
called.
Judge Cast.
Okay, Judge Cast North. So one of the people on that show doesn't know the rules of Magic, and I do. So just saying.
Roll level 2.
Okay, so the judge comes over and he makes
He's
the ruling.
Joe Shea level.
Exactly. He comes over, he makes the call, and the guy goes, so if I use Shipwreck Singer in the main phase, do his attacking creature, if he attacks, do his attacking creatures get -1/-1 this turn? He looks at the card, he looks at the creatures, he looks at Boon of Erebos, he goes, yeah, they would. And I go, uh-oh, wrong go. None of them appealed. Neither player appealed. So I'm like, well, I don't really care about this match because I don't know anyone in the match, but I'm going to go over and talk to the head judge just to make sure. So went over to the head judge. For the rub-ins. Go over to the head judge. Head judge, we say, hey, we have a judge rule. We have a judge question. He goes, there's plenty of judges here. And I go, yeah, but one of them just got a ruling wrong, or we think so. I mean, I was pretty sure, but I wasn't 100% sure. So he looks up the ruling, and he's like, yeah, you're right. That judge is wrong. So he goes back over. I don't know what happened with the match. I just kind of walked away. I saw the guy that I think the guy lost because of it. He looked kind of pissed. I mean, it was neither of the players' faults because they just didn't know, and they asked the judge, and the judge was wrong. So, I mean, what are you going to do there? But
what I thought was crazy was the judge, he walked over to another judge to double check.
Yeah, so 2 judges were wrong.
Other judge, yeah, and I thought that was pretty crazy. And you know how bad it's got to burn. Just it has to sting to the very far reaches of their soul to be corrected by Snidely Whiplash and the cat in a hat.
Yeah. Yep.
Just the king of the rubbins right there.
The absolute worst rubbins.
Yep.
And then I get massively punished by having my binder stolen. So
Get rolled.
Lucas says that Blevins L2 before Joe Shea. It's gonna happen. I called this years ago. This years ago.
Guaranteed.
I'm gonna become an L2 before Joe does, and I'm L-1 right now. Not even an L0.
So we have a special feature. I don't know if any of you guys had seen the top 8, but I actually was in the top 8. So John, can you play that recording of the top 8 draft pod?
Yeah, let me get the. Hold on. Talk about something. Do another topic real quick. I'm gonna get a picture for this segment.
Yeah. So, in general, I thought that the Canadians they did do a couple things right. They the people that I traded with were very friendly and they were fun and we had a good time. People loved the hat. People that knew me, previously from previous times, they talked about, hey, I remember you the hat, and we just hung out and talked. It was really cool. I know you like John's mustache, so
yeah,
fashion sense is clearly awful, just like ours.
The French Canadians loved the mustache. It was awesome.
I should have went all in with the hot denim on denim action.
I think Craig Wesco owns that look, so I don't know if you'd be able to.
He's the market.
Yeah. Oh man, I found the perfect picture for this too. It's not loading though. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. Someone who liked the mustache that I think also liked you. Dragon Chick.
Yes. We will talk about Dragon Chick later.
Okay. Hold on. Just give me 2 more minutes.
Yeah. So that happened, and we'll talk about Dragon Chick later. But I know there were some people who played at the event. They didn't day 2, but they had some good runs. I think I'm pretty sure it was Jividin, John Jividin, Dan Stella. They did pretty well. I didn't follow them too much. So a lot of people from Buffalo, I know they're solid players. Their polls might not have been the greatest. They were going pretty far though, so that was good. Also, Toronto kid Tyler Nightingale. I met him at PTQ 1 damage off Confidant. And I talked to him there.
Okay, whenever you're ready for the next segment.
All right. Yeah, so I talked to him, and I've talked to him every other event and things like that. So it's been hey, how you doing, this and that, and what's actually playing, what are you building? So that was definitely it was nice to see him do well because I don't know him that well, but someone you kind of know, when he does well, you're rooting for him. So good luck to him and his future things. Hopefully see you at another event. So,
yeah, and that's how you build connections at Magic events. You see people multiple times. You get known, and etc.
If he he says, okay, I'm playing this event, can I borrow a card or two? Yeah, I'd probably hook him up with a card or two. So nothing too expensive, but at the same time, you can make it work. I mean, it's good to meet people and become part of the international community.
Yep.
Let's get the Joe Shea
quick thing. Ben asked, what did I have in my binder? I'm just going to conservatively estimate like $400-ish worth of random cards.
In 3 actual quarters.
In 3 actual quarters, so like $400.75 worth of cards and a monster binder. But yeah, so we've got the draft, the top 8 draft viewer, or the coverage from it. They didn't show coverage on Twitch for some reason, but we were there and we got a recording of it, and we've got Rich Hagon here, so let's get him on the line. And there he is. All right, so here's a clip. So here we are at the top 8 of GP Toronto. Joe Shea has been overwhelmingly voted as the person we're going to watch in the draft viewer. Let's take a look at what Joe picks here. Opens up the pack, sees a Thoughtseize, flips. Oh, he slams it down. He slams down the first pick Thoughtseize. Did not even look at the rest of the pack. Okay. Joe Shea making a bold move, picking the first pick Thoughtseize without even looking at the rest of the pack. Did not even wait for the draft to be signaled. Okay, let's see what he takes for his second pick. Looks through the pack. Oh, he sees an Elspeth. That's almost certainly going to be his pick. Fans through. Oh, what's that? He slammed a card. What card was that? It was a miscut messenger speed. He picked a miscut messenger speed over an Elspeth. Good God, Shuhei Nakamura is going to get a third pick Elspeth in the top 8 draft.
I think we'll check back in on the draft cast in a little bit, but yeah, that's how it started out.
That's how the first 2 picks of the top 8 draft. The first 2 picks of the top 8 draft for Joe Shea, who did in fact top 8 GP Toronto.
So yeah, speaking of people who were there, the pros. The pros. We got a hold of some pros. We did our classic dunkling on them.
Yep.
We were just kind of sitting there. John DeWias had cracked a pretty decent pool, right?
Yeah.
What did he say? He was gonna just
He called the shot 9-0. He called the 9-0.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was literally back home by noon.
Yeah, he was back home before Vinny was.
But yeah, we had seen him at we were just kind of sitting down, whatever. We saw him at a vendor, and LSV he's walking by, and I'm like, I scream out, Pro Tour Hall of Famer John DeWitt. LSV gives me a dirty look. I was like, yeah, I earned that one. It's like, who's this scrub in the hat? Hope he dies.
Hope he dies. So that was the first troll pro. What was the second one?
Owen Turtenwald.
What happened with him?
Day two. Props to all the guys who day two'd. Mike Ando, Eric Stasinski, Matt Radijak, Kai Burnett, Dean Bills, a bunch of other guys we probably forgot.
Curtis
we had
Shue.
Good representation. Curtis. Travis Allen.
Yep.
Made it as well. Yeah, we had a good representation there.
Lenny Larada, though, he didn't show up.
Lenny Larada was X2 going into A2. Got knocked out by the breakfast buffet. Took it through the continental breakfast.
That Hotel 8 continental breakfast really took him. He ate Frosted Flakes instead of Special K with strawberries. It was too much for him. Couldn't do it. Couldn't get back in time.
But, yeah, so Turtenwald's playing against Eric, and just kind of walk by. I'm just like seeing what's up, and then don't game 1, and I'm like yeah, look at this guy, got a PTQ top 8 playmat. That's how you represent your good and this and that. And I was like, yeah, the other guy didn't even have a playmat. I mean, like, God, like, must feel like a scrub. And Turntwall looks at me, as though I didn't know he had won the last 2
He hadn't gone runner.
Yeah, wins back-to-back Grand Prix. I'm just talking smack. He's got no playmat, not good enough to have a winner's playmat.
It would have been better if Eric had a game day champion playmat.
I'd have gone off. They'd have taken me away. They would have had to escort me away from that table.
Yep.
And then we had the All-Star that.
Hold on, you missed the Sam Black one.
Oh God. Yeah. So after we had corrected the judge, we were talking about how great the event was going and this and that, and we're just walking back to I don't know, go get
walking back to the
something.
group or something, yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, yeah, this event is going just really well. All I gotta do is find some chick to hang out with. And I'm like, hey Sam Black, what are you doing?
As he walks right by.
Just did miss a beat.
3 for 3 on trolling the pros.
Yeah. Then we we got the hat trick, but we're like, no, we're going
big.
style here.
Going big.
Going big. We're not going home yet. We're here for day 2. So Ando, was it Ando? Yeah, he's playing. He got Curse of the Swine.
No, it was Jiven that got Curse of the Swine.
Jiven, Jiven had Curse of the Swine. Whatever, one of them guys. Jiven got Curse of the Swine. I said, hey, let me get some of those tokens. It's like, hey, let me get that Sharpie. And he looks at me and he's like, I know you're gonna just take these and not give them back.
which was true. Yeah, which was 100% true.
Yeah, he got his Sharpie back, I think. Probably not.
I highly doubt it.
Yeah. So I walk up to Tom Martell, and I say, "Hey, I hand him a board token. Can you swine this for me?" He gives me a look. I look at his girlfriend. I was like, yeah, see, it's a pun. I don't think he gets it. She's like, I got it. Clearly didn't get it.
No. She's
Clearly
also an emotionless robot.
Yep.
So, you probably got more out of her than he's ever gotten. Hey-o!
So, so my plan is to next time,
Uh-huh.
if I see him at another event soon, hopefully, I'm gonna walk up again and do it and be like, "Hey, can you swine this for me?" And be like, because you're fat and sweaty. God, all the Tom Martell hate.
So much hate. So much hate.
That's all we do.
So what do we got next?
No, the people we're giving negative shoutouts to. This is the no lug. This is the drink your haterade section.
Yeah.
So, we got some no love to Joe Steets, as always. He did something wrong. I don't know.
I don't remember what it was, but he got a negative shout out for something.
Yeah, he's got negative for something. Who else gets negative shoutouts?
Joe Mario gets a negative shout out.
Joe Mario gets a negative shout out.
And here's why. Joe Mario for the...
wait a second. Props to Lucas CL for his top 64-ish finish. Just remember.
He's not listening.
I just remembered that.
He's not listening.
He's not listening. He's too busy being successful at life.
Yeah, doing real things, not watching the podcast. So, nope. Joe Mario, the past month or so, has been just obsessing over Zach Stella. He's been training for all the Colossus of Sardinia. He wants True Name Nemesis. He creepily adds Zach Stella on Facebook. He's just obsessing, fanboying over him to no end. Last Wednesday, before the GP, Zach Stella is literally in Dark Forest to draft on Wednesday. Joe Marcello at the Sabres game instead. Doesn't get to see Zach Stella at all.
It would be like any other Magic player hanging out with Reed Duke and just bailing on it.
Yeah. Having the chance to see...
Shout-outs to Lucas Labuta's best friend, Reed Duke.
Also shout-outs to Lucas Labuta.
Half shout-outs.
He's in the stream right now.
I don't care. He gets a half shout-out because he has not confirmed that Reed Duke will be on the podcast. Clearly never going to happen.
No.
I don't want Lucas to think that I'm delusional enough to think it'll actually happen. I'm just kind of half trolling him.
So what else? What do we got?
Oh.
Hold on.
Talk.
Dan Stella says he was registered as Joe Steele in the GP. I'm assuming he's talking about Joe Steele, and he was registered as Joe Steele. I don't know.
He has to have an alias. He's got to have an alias because of all the nefarious deeds he does. But we got to talk about Dan Stella's brother. Seemed rather solid, decent dude.
Yeah.
He was the featured artist of Grand Prix Toronto.
Yep.
Did the art of the playmat, did the art of
True Name Nemesis.
True Name Nemesis, which is just completely screwing up Modern. I mean, Legacy.
Legacy, yeah.
That card is just insane in Legacy right now.
Yep.
But how about we ran into Mr. Texas, aka Joe Wilson. He was talking about Scott. Shout outs to Scott. Shout outs to Texas about the podcast. And John, you can elaborate on that one.
So we're just sitting around hanging out, and he comes up and I didn't know he listened to the podcast, and we just randomly mentioned the podcast, and he goes, "Yeah, I listened to your guys' latest podcast. I listened to the whole hour and a half because I do some overnight job. Yeah, and you guys didn't talk about Magic even once." And I'm thinking well, no. He's like, "No, you didn't mention Magic the game even one single time." He's like, "It's not the word. It's not that bad. I don't mind that you don't talk about Magic, but you guys are kind of like the league for Magic. You're loosely based on it, but you rarely ever actually talk about it." And I'm like, that's not half bad. That's not half bad.
Yeah, I mean, because if you go looking on the internet for podcasts about how to be a better player and things like that. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
lighter
anyone can
Wizard
find
books,
that.
like
Yeah, that's not why you're coming here.
if you just want like the humor and the trolling and all that stuff, you come to us. That's
Yeah.
what we do.
Yeah.
So, yes, there was this girl on Saturday, the dragon lady.
Yep.
So I randomly ended up like trading to her, and she's she just collects like dragons, like every dragon, every edition, foil, non-foil, all that stuff.
Every
right?
single one. Even
Like-
honorary dragons like Nicol Bolas the Planeswalker.
Yes. Though negative shout-outs for not having Mutavault, the best dragon.
That's true. I told her that. I'm like, do you know what the best dragon in standard is? And she's like, probably
Stormbreath.
Stormbreath Dragon. I go, nope, Mutavault. And she's like, what? It's not a dragon. I'm like, yeah, Mutavault's a dragon. She's like, Mutavault's good, but Mutavault's not a dragon. I go, you just don't. You've just never read Mutavault before. It turns into every creature type. I was so disappointed.
I know.
So disappointed.
Coster points dropped her down from the rating system.
Oh, there was some other side note. There's some other Mutavault troll. Oh, what was it? It was because you know how I always ask all these trivia questions, and every single time the answer is Mutavault. Like, what's the best troll in standard? Mutavault. What's the best dragon in standard? Mutavault. How do you attack with the turn? How do you attack with an Eldrazi on turn 2 in standard? Mutavault. And there was some. There was some trivia question that it had nothing to do with creature types, but the answer was still Mutavault. Oh, I don't remember what it was. I sent it to Jividen, and I'm like, what card does this in standard? And he's like, and then you just see the light bulb go on. He's like, Mutavault! I got it! Mutavault! It's Mutavault! And I'm like, yep, it's always Mutavault. But the story is completely useless because I don't remember what it was.
Yep. Would have been hilarious.
Would have been absolutely hilarious. Is not even close to remotely worth anyone's time because I forgot the story.
Yeah. So. Yeah, we really are like the league.
We really are.
Yeah.
In that we're probably going to be canceled next season.
But yes, so on top of that, yeah, the Dragon Lady existed. It was actually kind of cool to hang out with and talk to. A lot of people just hanging out and talking to were really cool. That's kind of why I like trading. You just kind of sit around, talk, laugh, all that stuff.
Yep. Let's see, what else we got? Let's see, we got... we can talk about Kai's heartbreaking win-in loss in the last round of the Swiss.
We're not even there yet.
Oh, okay.
So I'm no expert. I mean, I'm a at par, I guess, judge.
Uh-huh.
But I am an expert on deck lists, and we had 2 deck list errors. Day 2 of drafting, Kai Burnett forgot to write Horizon Chimera on his pool. Make sure you count 60. Make sure you double count 60. Make sure you triple count 60.
Or 40 and...
In sealed and draft 40.
Yeah.
Do it over and over, and just make sure you do it 3 or 4 times. Do not mess up, because if you get a game loss, it might screw you. Kai's playing against Pro Tour champion Alexander Hayne for the second time in this event, I think. And
no, it wasn't the second time in the event. You can only play.
First time?
You can only play 2 times in the event in the top 8.
That's false. If you're in the same draft pod twice, you can be put in the same draft pod twice. So you can play.
Can you? Really? Okay.
He played Hayne twice.
Oh, okay.
So he gets a game 1 game loss, ends up beating him 2-1. So that was good. But we had a different. This is the deck list thing of all deck list things. It is perhaps like the cutest, most absurd, most baffling thing I've probably ever seen in my life.
Besides Vinny Schubetta.
Vinny's cute. But so yeah, we're just kind of sitting there, just talking, shooting the breeze. Busy making a trade. I got there. It was like a Sunday, and in general, Sundays are not so great for trading, because a lot of people, who don't plan on day 2, they just go for the day and just don't come back Sunday. They get the hotel for Friday and leave on Saturday after the event, and they'll grab another day hotel for day 2. So trading was weak, so I was kind of shooting the breeze with someone. Made some big trades on Sunday, which was cool. But so I look over and I see a deck list, and Jamie from Collectors has getting ready for the Sunday Super Series Standard. And I look over and just looking at the deck, seeing what she's playing, and I see 12 green lands, 8 red lands. Not forest, not mountains, green lands, red lands. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I was dumbfounded when this happened. She was just like, yeah, that's what they are. They're green lands. And I'm like, why do you think this is acceptable?
Like that's true.
That's not even true. Lands are not colored.
Yes.
They're colorless.
I mean, it's there is some truth value.
That they produce green, but no, that it's unacceptable. Also, Bianchi brings up an interesting side, or a very important side point. Shout outs to Canadian Nicki Minaj.
Shout outs to Canadian.
Yeah, Bianchi's like, yeah, I was sitting next to Canadian Nicki Minaj. She's that girl, and we're all like, no, we know exactly who you're talking about. But yeah, I can't believe that she wrote that on those. Like, it baffled. I was baffled.
And she was saying, she's like, yeah, I do it all the time.
I'm like, yeah, she said that she does it all the time. I'm like, you've never gotten a game loss for that? She's like, well, they don't really deck check you at 03. And I'm like, oh, but that's true. But no, she was doing pretty well last time I checked. I don't know how she ended up finishing, but she was like 3-0 or something at some point.
Yeah. Also, we had rumors that Vinny Shibetta was 6-0.
Oh, so Joe Steet. That's what it was. Joe Steet came over.
Yep.
Joe Steet came over. Negative shout outs to Joe Steet.
35 negative shout outs and 5,000 to be claimed later.
Yeah. Joe Steet comes over and tells us, he goes, guess who's 6-0? I'm like, Kai? And he's like, well, yeah, but guess who else is 6-0? I'm like,
well, yeah.
I don't know. He goes, Vinny Shibetta. And Joe Shea and I just look at each other, and this just like coldness just runs straight to our hearts. We're like, if Vinny day twos, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then you're like, yeah, and what if he top 8? And I'm like, don't say that. Don't say that. We're not over, we're not dead yet. We don't have to think about that. We got to keep things positive.
Building a collection. I don't have to burn it before I.
Yeah, I didn't want, and then have me jump on the fire afterwards. Was not willing to deal with that, but it turns out he was 4-2 and then lost in the next round. So I don't even know where that came from.
Shout outs, major props to whoever knocked him out of the event.
Yep. Shout outs to Canadian Nicki Minaj, because it was probably her.
Whatever.
Yeah, if Canadian Nicki Minaj adds us on Facebook, I will send her something. Don't know what.
Yes. Sign something or other, but yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
But yes, I've got a little comment about trading. My little soapbox rant. Trading was pretty good, fun. I had a good time, but 2 little things bothered me. If I go through your bind, I mean, if you have a small binder, like the small kind of starter binders, and I say, yeah, I see this card with $5, and that's what I want. Please do not spend 20 minutes going through my multiple binders trying to find a card to make it work. It's so annoying. It's like, my God. See, I want that one supreme verdict, but I don't want to waste an hour trying to trade for it.
Yeah.
That's just brutal. I mean, if the guy sees something small, just tell him what you're looking for. Maybe he can find it for you quicker.
Yeah.
And there's another thing. I mean, it happens. If you're not like an inexperienced trader, new to Magic, whatever. I mean, you're making that mistake. Not a problem. It's frustrating, but I'll deal. But I had something happen to me that just really, really sent me off the wall. I was trading with this guy. It was like this guy and his girl. They were trading together, whatever. So we're trading. She she seems more aware of what Magic cards are good and things like that. So she pulls out this card, pulls out a card, pulls out another card, pulls another card, and I tell him the prices. I'm like, oh, they're listed in my binder by Star City price. Looks at a card and he says, oh, I thought it was this much. Like $3 less. Looks it up. Oh, I'm wrong. It's actually the price you had. Okay, that's fine. Looks in the second card. Oh, it's $6. No, I think it's 4. He looks it up again. It's 6. Boom. Looks at the next card. Yeah, it's a $3 card. You sure it's 3? I think it's 2. Looks that one up. Oops, that's 3. So, seriously, you can look up every card. Like, if I'm right on the first 5 cards, and you think we're off by $1 on the 6th one, like, why would you think I'm trying to get you on that $1 on that one card?
Yeah.
Yes, I put it in there solely to get you on that one card.
It's the long con, man. It's the long con.
Yeah, really, the long con. Yeah, just brutal. So, yeah, I'm gonna take a little break here. Let's fire up some more audio of the Joe Shea draft pod.
Do I have any more audio of the Joe Shea draft pod?
I was in the finals.
That's right. That's right. All right, let's see if we can get Rich back. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the finals of GP Toronto. It is Joe Shea versus Shuhei Nakamura. We're in the final concluding turns of the Grand Prix. Nakamura in a commanding position. Joe Shea's got about 1 turn left. Nakamura at a low life total. Joe Shea has nothing on board. He's got a big threat in hand, but there's not much he can do. It looks like he's going to lose, and the champion will be the Pro Tour Hall of Famer, Shuhei Nakamura. Let's see what Joe Shea has to draw. Draws a card. What is that? It's the miscut. It's the miscut. Messenger speed. He gives his creature haste and trample. Nakamura can't block. Joe Shea wins the Grand Prix with the miscut messenger speed that he picked over in Elspeth. Back 1, pick 2. Joe Shea is the Grand Prix champion. So yeah, Joe Shea, congratulations on winning GP Toronto. Congratulations to Shuhei Nakamura, who I'm pretty sure wasn't even there for top 8. Maybe it was Martin Yuza.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of guys did really well, so that was cool. I know Kai played several pros several times. Eric played Huey Jensen and and he played Turtenwald. Yeah, so as a pretty solid pros these guys are playing. So definitely the Buffalo crew is doing really well, and we hope to have it continue on the future. And we're going to keep working to do so. So if you want to become part of the awesomeness, and help out and do all that stuff, let us know. We'll try to help you out, get you better. Get you day 2 in these events, get you playing against pros, get you beating pros and all that. You can do that.
Definitely.
So, yeah, that was pretty much the Grand Prix. A couple other side notes. Eric Szynski could not sleep all weekend. There were 2 beds. Eric and I shared a bed, and then Blevins and Ando shared a bed. I got no sleep all weekend because Eric literally tossed and turned for hours and hours and hours straight. I don't know how we could have focused on the event.
GP Night Terrors.
It was unbelievable. After that, we went and got Chinese food on Saturday. Oh, what's that place? That was it Zet's place?
Zet's. I don't know.
Kai said that food was amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we gotta hit it up next time if it happens. But yeah, we went to a Chinese food that was literally the Chinese restaurant was right next to a vet.
Was right next to a veterinarian. Yeah.
So glad that I don't eat meat.
So sketch.
A little bit, but yeah. Avoid Chinese food.
No.
Avoid it no, just go all in. We're all in at this point.
No, my friend put it best. He goes, if this Chinese food is cat, when I get home, I'm frying up Fluffy. Like, there's no better way to put it, because you know what? Who cares? I don't.
Slightly awkward, but we'll go with it.
We'll run with it.
Oh, negative shout-outs to Mike Ando, to John Blevins, Eric Szynski. We got lost about 4 times. Like, the hotel was about 5 minutes from the event site. Shout outs to Vince for taking care of all that. So, yes, 5 minutes from the event site. Getting there, no problem. Getting back, we got lost every single time. Despite the fact we had a GPS. Despite the fact we had a GPS. I bring the GPS to not have this happen. We're on our way to Toronto.
Uh,
You know, I just unbelievable. Don't know how
well,
it
the
happened.
GPS wouldn't say anything. We'd be like, oh, we just turned left here because we can see the hotel. It's like, okay, we turn left. Randomly turns into a highway. We're veered off like 15 miles.
That's how moths die going into the going into the bud cell. They see the light and they're like, oh, let's go into the light.
Let's go into the candle.
Yeah.
Oh man. So I know the stream's a little bit delayed, but if you guys have any last minute questions, put them in the chat. We'll answer them. If not, we'll probably conclude it. We got some decent numbers today.
Yeah, I'm gonna we'll just talk for a few minutes, let the questions pour in if there are. I'm pretty sure that the consensus is that blue is just amazing in sealed and draft.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just-
Blue and black are the most interactive colors in this format, and that's really where you want to be. Green has a lot of the stronger commons, and it has some interaction, and it's got a lot of powerful spells, but besides like time to feed and like some of the artifact enchantment removal, you don't really have a ton of ways to interact. It pairs very nicely with blue, and it pairs very nicely with black. But on its own, it's not that stellar, and with like something like red, it's really not that good. It's decent with white, but that's more of a theme deck, like a heroic deck or like a really aggressive green-white deck. But my highest win percentage in draft and sealed has been with some combination of blue-black by a pretty wide margin, I think. Just the removal, the combat tricks like the Boon of Erebos, Triton Tactics, being able to leverage those cards into more card advantage in this format is extremely good. Using even the Sip of Hemlocks and Lash of the Whips of the format, those
they go a long way.
They go a long way, and you know, in other formats they would probably be not that good, but in this one they're extremely good. The sad part is that this format kind of doesn't matter anymore. PTQ season's over. I don't think there's any more limited Grand Prix that are just Theros. There might be, but I mean, they're not around here if there are. So, and Born of the Gods will add a whole new dimension to the format, I think.
Yeah. On top of that, upcoming events, I know there's not so many, bigger events coming up. There's a couple local. I know there's a Dark Forest qualifier event on Saturday.
Oh, that's right. The Dark Forest Western New York Standard Championship Series qualifier is on Saturday Standard.
Yes, and on Sunday, Collectors Inn's having their 1-year anniversary tournament. Shout outs to guys at Collectors for, shout outs to Joe for taking it over from Jim. Shout outs to Jim.
Shout outs to Jim, who
awesome.
100% not listening.
If he's listening, he's literally trying to find a way to just destroy it all.
Yeah.
So yeah, beyond that, that's another standard event. So time for standard. Bring your decks. Check out the forest. Check out Collectors, and hopefully you guys have a good time, enjoy, and win all the good stuff going on. We got a question from who is that?
Gigapone Ben. It says, what do you think will happen with Xenagos in the next set? The pick of him shows him become a god. Do you think he will change from a planeswalker to a god? I don't really keep up with the lore at all, but from what I've read in like the player handbook, I think he becomes a god or strives to become a god or something.
Yeah, that is correct. I'm not sure if it's going to be in the next set or, in the third set, Journey to Nyx, but I'm pretty sure he will become a god, and, I'm not sure what his abilities are going to be. I'm not. A interesting question is going to be how, gods are going to become, creatures if they're multicolored.
Yeah.
Because devotion is something that triggers at 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way it's hard coded, I believe. I'd have to look it up, but I'm not going to right now because I'm lazy. But Yeah, true. I mean, I don't know how it's gonna work with the multicolored gods. It should be interesting. Maybe then I have no idea.
Yeah,
But
I don't have the slightest idea how they're gonna do the new god mechanics.
yeah,
And they
I
can
mean
really
it's
do
kind of
anything. The devotion isn't hardwired to anything. The gods themselves say if your devotion to X is less than 5, it's
oh,
not a
it's less than
creature.
5. Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
so that's
it's
fine.
not a keyword on the gods now.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it's devotion, yeah, they could just have devotion 8 or 6 or something like that. But
Hmm.
um, yeah, 'cause I know it's kind of interesting because Obnixilis from Zendikar was a planeswalker that lost his spark, and I'm not sure the transformation will work from a planeswalker to a god.
Hmm.
Should be interesting.
Is that an upgrade or
I'm kind of
downgrade?
yeah, I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
Um, but I do enjoy like the lower part as much as I can. The problem is I don't read the books. I don't have the books, but I'll kind of like just wiki it up and just kind of like wiki bounce around and just get some story things. But it should be interesting. Um,
Yeah,
I don't know,
I have no
but
idea.
yeah,
I haven't
should
read
be
the
a
book since
question.
Kamigawa.
Yeah,
Kamigawa
there's
books were good though.
uh,
They don't even do
no real
books anymore.
stories going on either at this point. No real stories. I mean, no real spoilers except the Scrylands and the
Yeah,
basics,
we knew that
which are
though.
just a given. Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
you knew that they're gonna happen, but yeah, yeah. There's gonna be some multicolor gods coming up. I'm not sure if they're demigods, how they're classified, but there gonna be some multicolor ones.
Yeah. I have no idea what it is, but should be
Anyone else
interesting.
have any other questions?
Yeah, I know the stream's a little bit delayed, but people have had a chance to ask questions.
Yeah.
But this is the last chance. This is your last chance to be on the podcast. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, completely forgot about this until you were doing your like kind of R&B kind of voice. You know
That
where
is
I'm
not
going with this?
R&B, but do I know where you're going with this?
The R&B voice.
No. Let's hear it.
Get our Tice on. There was some major Buffalo representation in the
the side
event.
events. Yep.
Yes, Bryant Tyson just smashing every deck with real cards. Any deck with a Force of Will or a Sculptor and cards like that just getting smashed. They
Yeah.
could not handle.
Turn 1 Island Brainstorm. That's game.
Brainstorm scoops.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, him and Darnell Lamb brought it with Dredge.
Brought cheese
was
decks.
cool.
They cheesed. They
Yep.
cannon rushed. They cannon rushed the side events.
Yeah, and I know favorite comment in Thorough Sealed. Snap. Canadian drivers, they do not signal. They do not use their turn signal when they're switching lanes, which is kind of
No.
frustrating.
Favorite common in Thorough Sealed has to be favorite hop, or not favorite hop, like Hopeful Eidolon.
I for some reason I really like the chosen redraft. For some reason I think like the +0/+2 like any mechanic that's an enchantment that draws you a card I like way too much. John, how did you do with the Grand Prix?
I did terribly. I had 2 buys and I proceeded to go 0-2. Was not feeling like playing at all anymore. Just dropped it at 2-2. Was not. I've never felt this way before an event before. I just did not feel like playing at all. I really wish that the Grand Prix would have been a month ago or 3 weeks ago or whatever. Like when I went to like a PTQ and then a PTQ and then the Grand Prix. I wish it would have all been in one chunk. I wish it would have been before Moto crashed because I stopped playing Magic Online for a while. I wish a lot of things would happen. A lot of things happened where I just stopped playing. I stopped practicing for a while. I was not interested. I started playing Hearthstone. And when I got to the event, I was just like, I don't even feel like playing. Like I just had no motivation whatsoever. So I don't think that was everything. I think I definitely misbuilt my pool. The people I played against were really their decks were really good. I misplayed a couple times, and I was just like, I'm not in a position to play good Magic. I'm not going to rattle off 5 wins the way I'm playing. I was just like, I'm just going to go. I'm not playing. So it was disappointing. It wasn't a good finish. I wasn't disappointed because I was not expecting I was not expecting better at that point. If you would have asked me 3 months ago, if you would have told me 3 months ago that I was going to go 2-2 drop in GP Toronto, I would be very upset. But now I'm like, it is what it is.
Yeah, the event overall was a good time, though. I think
The event was a good time. I just didn't want to play Magic. So and that happens every once in a while. It happens to me. I go in cycles with Magic, so I'm on a downswing right now. But yeah, that happens all the time with me. But I think that's a good thing. A lot of times, if you play too much, it can really make you sick of it. And if you keep pushing and doing too much with Magic or with anything really, it can really be detrimental to your overall enjoyment of it. So I'm probably going to be taking a little bit of a break. I don't know to what extent, but yeah, and then I'll come back in a few months or weeks or whatever, and I'll be fully revitalized and ready to play. So
yeah. Yeah, I know that like I'm at this point like I'm kind of been like ultra pumped about the podcast, and sometimes I'm just kind of like busy. Like now I'm feeling like I'm really pumped, and I wanted to just get more people listening. So I know we got more likes, and
yeah,
we're starting to be more recognized, and just in general. And I enjoy. I mean, we said it. We said it episode 1, and we're gonna say it forever. We're gonna do the podcast. No matter if no one's listening, I don't care.
yeah,
It's
couldn't
so much
possibly
fun,
care
but-
less.
Yep, but I mean at the same time, would love to have more people listening, people enjoying
It would be nice to get some
all that
some more
stuff.
fans.
Yeah, so I mean, if anyone who's listening just tells your friends, like us on Facebook, it's huge. Really, makes my day when I see people liking it. People I know makes me even smile more when people I don't know are liking it,
Hmm.
because I mean it means we're reaching out to other people and increasing our audience and all that fun stuff.
And also, if they're people we don't know, then there's a chance we don't hate them. So
Yeah. So yep. I think on that note we can call it a live cast, and maybe aim for another one in a week or so. I'm not sure your availability is.
yeah,
But
we'll leave it open. Yeah,
feedback on if you like the live cast
Yeah.
or whatever, like let us know.
Who is famous trickster?
I have no idea, but at the same time, if people want another live cast, but your availability is iffy and you want a certain day, we can try to work around that. I mean, how John works. I got other stuff going on sometimes, but we can get it going. We should try doing another.
Oh God, I know who it is. It's that troll. That's Ando, that asshole. That's why he asked how I did in GP Toronto. I just got fate for trolled.
Yes. So we should try doing another live FNM. That would be
Yeah, that'd be cool.
could be fun. We should try to see if we can get that going in the works.
Or at least definitely
But,
the pre-release.
Yeah. I mean, on that note, though, thanks for doing live cast, John. It was fun.
Yes, sir.
I love doing the picture of you with the handlebar, me with the Dr. Seuss hat. I thought that came out really well. It was hilarious.
Oh, I forgot to tell you the story about how my dad listened to the podcast.
Yes.
So I went home, this is a few months ago, and he goes, so I listened to the podcast. I go, oh yeah, how'd you like it? He's like, made it through 5 minutes of it. A new personal best. I'm like, yep, that's my dad just trolling me to the extreme, like he always does.
But yep. Everyone who's listening, thanks for checking us out.
Thanks for watching. Share the stream if you can. Share the podcast if you can. Like us on Facebook, etc., etc., etc.
Facebook.com/the Slam Dunklers. We